in the near future, we are going to have to make a choice, and November 8th is the time to do the election. We have several candidates to choose from. Not many of them are very good choices. Some are better than others, but there's definitely one I don't want you to vote for. Hillary Clinton has been around for around 30 years, and she's been part of the State Department, and she's been known for some of the crimes that we've heard of. Like currently, she's being investigated by the FBI, and previously she was investigated by the FBI for having illegal documents of classified and top secret information on private servers, which is illegal. And we see in other cases where when you commit a crime similar to this, that you are charged. A well-known person would be General Petraeus. He was in charge of the CIA for a while, and he had classified information on a portable device in his room that other people had access to. And just for doing that, he lost his job, his security clearance, and he's no longer part of the federal government. Another person who committed a very similar crime that Hillary Clinton did is Sandy Berger. Sandy Berger was part of the State Department when Bill Clinton was in office, and he was charged with illegally destroying government property and tampering with security devices, much similar to that of Hillary Clinton when she and her accomplices destroyed several devices with hammers and a software known as BleachBit so that it made the emails unrecoverable. And all this is published by the Daily Caller, Kenneth Berquist. And then the FBI director, Comey, stated in the investigation that she had over 33,000 emails with over 24 that were top secret, and that they had destroyed these devices with hammers. Another area we want to look into is the Clinton Foundation. It's been known to have ties with corruption, and lately we have heard of a pay-for-play scheme where the State Department actually would do favors for other members of countries for donations. Another fact about the Clinton Foundation is that about 15% of their actual money goes to charities. The rest is going to be used for paying for salaries and wages, and then about 60% of that is unknown according to the IRS. And then another fact is that 96% of the Clintons' donations go to the Clinton Foundation themselves. So they in turn donate to their own charity that they started. And all that information is from meditate.com. Another part that's pretty dear to me is the Benghazi trials, where over in Benghazi, 4 members lost their lives. Chris Stevens was the ambassador there. And there's been a lot of issues with terrorists over there. And when the issue first came to light, Hillary Clinton held a conference and said that the actions over there were from just an internet video that made people mad. So they protested, and that's how these people died. When later it came out that really it was a terrorist group that came in there and attacked all these people and killed them. But what wasn't known by most is that 2 months before that, he had requested 13 additional personnel to come to assist and aid because of the unrest in the area. And he was given an ultimatum to either send him to an airport or to send him to where he needed him. And he chose the airport because it was the only lifeline for other people out of the country. Another issue that we've seen, if you watch the news, is Hillary's health issues. She has some uncontrollable coughing fits during one of the debates. Another issue is when she was going to get into her car, she collapsed and needed aid from this mysterious man who seems to always rush to her aid, but no one knows who he is. One other thing we want to look at is some of the policies she's going to enforce. It's really no tax breaks for the middle class. She wants to apply some higher taxes to the higher income people, but really no help for the middle class. And she stated in an interview that she would like to have open borders if she had her way. And what that is going to do is that's going to allow everyone to rush in without any documentation and allow for people to, one, you could be a terrorist, two, you could just be a criminal, or you could be smuggling drugs and stuff without any repercussions. And her stance on abortion is that she thinks that you can terminate a baby anytime and it don't matter. Well, Christians believe different. Some other documentaries that I have watched, 13 Hour is a great movie on Benghazi. Clinton Cash is a great movie about the Clinton Foundation and how they have used the money from different countries to acquire contracts to different countries, whether it be mineral rights or to persuade an election to allow for criminals to profit. And another great movie is the Mega Donors movie, where it just goes into detail on who is donating to each member. And then, I didn't want to mention, but there's probably 20 more scandals, and that's not even including the stuff with Bill Clinton. And she's out there to help herself and the elite people. She doesn't want to help us. And you can see that by who donates to her and how things have progressed so far with this election. And with the current situation with the emails and her being under investigation, it's going to make it really hard for us to elect her as president when she is under a criminal investigation. And I've heard that there's over 650,000 more emails. So with that being said, it could take another 2 years. And if criminal charges are pressed, what would we do? So instead of doing that, why don't we pick someone else? The pickings aren't great, but we need to make a choice. And cut. How long we go, Jen?
Not quite a bit.